Hello students, good morning all of you. This is your Prabhakar and welcome to my channel Dawn of Chemistry. Right, hope you are enjoying my all videos, and today we are going to discuss about the basics of salts. Let us see basics of salts. Generally, salt means everybody will be having some idea that a substance which is salty to taste, and generally whenever you dissolve the salt in water, the solution will be having pH of 7. So that is a common interpretation where every normal person will be having, or normally every student will be having that kind of interpretation. But actually all salts are not salty. There are some salts which are sour to taste, there are some salts which are bitter to taste, there are some salts which are sweet to taste also, and some salts are there which will be very astringent in taste also. So that's why now let us see what are the general interpretations, common misinterpretations about the salts, and what is particular salt. Whenever it is dissolved in water, what will be the pH of the resulting solution. And one more thing, sir, why we have to study salts means this salts concept we will be getting in chemical equilibrium, that is ionic equilibrium. When we are doing, there we will be getting a concept known as salt hydrolysis. Whenever a particular salt dissolved in water, what will be the pH of the resulting solution. So like that there are so many questions which we will be encountering based on this salts, and that's why I have planned to create a video on this salts. Now let us get into the things. How can you define a salt? How can you define a salt? Salt is a compound formed by combination of cation coming from the base and anion coming from the acid is called as a salt. Mostly salt is a compound formed by combination of cation coming from the base and anion coming from the acid is known as a salt. Let us see what are the salts examples. NaCl is an example, KCl is an example, K2SO4 is an example, CaCl2 is an example, CaSO4 is an example, NH4Cl is an example, NH4 thrice PO4 is an example, CH3COO Na is an example. Like that we are having the number of salts available for us. So among these salts, how they are formed, and how NaCl is formed, how KCl is formed, how K2SO4 is formed, how CaCl2 is formed. How a salt is formed means always a salt is formed by the neutralization of acid and base. Let us take HCl. Whenever HCl reacts with NaOH, it forms NaCl and then H2O. And the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction means combination of H plus ion and then OH minus ion to form the water is called as a neutralization reaction. So during the neutralization reaction, along with water, salts will be obtained. These salts, sir, how these salts are classified? Basically, salts are classified as two types. That is, simple salts. Salts are basically classified as simple salts, and then mixed salts. Simple salts and then mixed salts. Let us see what are simple salts means. Salts which contain only one cation and one anion, or only single cations and single anions are known as the simple salts. Mixed salts means salts formed by combination of two or more simple salts is known as a mixed salt. So simple salt means which will be having the single type of cation and single type of anion, or simple cation and then simple anion, or only one type of cation and one type of anion are known as a simple salt. Or you can also call them as salts which are obtained by the neutralization of acid and base directly are known as the simple salt. But here mixed salts are there. What are these mixed salts means? Salts which are obtained by combination of two or more salts are known as the mixed salts. Now let us get into the details. Simple salts are classified into neutral salts, acidic salts, and then basic salts. So basically simple salts are classified into neutral salts, acidic salts, and then basic salts are there. Next, mixed salts are classified into two types, that is double salts and complex salts. Double salts or mixed salts are classified into two types, that is double salts and then complex salts. So let us see what are basics of salts, what are the different examples for salts, and how can we classify the salts. Salts are classified into simple salts and then mixed salts. Simple salts are classified into neutral salts, acidic salts, and then basic salts. Mixed salts are classified into double salts and then complex salts. Now let us get into the details. Simple salts. Simple salts are classified into how many categories? We are having three salts are there. What are the simple three salts? Neutral salts, acidic salts, and then basic salts. So let us see what are the neutral salts, acidic salts, and then basic salts. Before going to that, see NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. NaOH plus H2SO4 gives Na2SO4 plus 2H2O. NaOH plus H2SO4 gives NaHSO4 plus H2O. CaOH twice plus 2HCl gives CaCl2 plus 2H2O. CaOH twice plus HCl gives CaOHCl and then H2O will come. If you observe these reactions, what you can conclude? This reaction, you see, acid base is completely reacted with HCl and forms salt and water. Here also base completely react with acid and forms salt and water. But here you see the base is completely reacting or incompletely reacting? Incompletely reacting. So here this base is incomplete reaction. Here you see base reacting with HCl to form the salt and water. But here you see base is completely reacting or incompletely reacting? Incompletely reacting. So this is also incomplete reaction. So now let us see the conclusion. Salts which are formed by complete neutralization reaction between acid and base are known as the neutral salts. Salts formed by the complete neutralization between the acid and base are known as the neutral salts, and they will be neutral in nature, means they will not be donating any proton or they will not be donating any OH minus ion. But here you see acidic salts. Here you see NaHSO4. This is formed by incomplete neutralization of acid with base. That's why they will be having some H plus ions in them and that can be donated. That's why they behave as acids. And here you see there are some salts which are formed by incomplete neutralization of base with an acid. They are known as the basic salts. So let us see, neutral salts are formed by complete neutralization. So salts which are formed by complete neutralization are called as the neutral salts. Acid incomplete neutralization. So salts formed by the incomplete neutralization of acid are known as the acidic salts. Basic salts means base incomplete neutralization. So basic salts are the salts formed by the incomplete neutralization of bases are known as the basic salts. Let us see the examples for this thing. Acidic salts example is NaHCO3, NaHSO4, NaH2PO4, Na2HPO4. Phosphoric acid is undergoing incomplete neutralization. NaH2PO3, NaH2PO2, NaHSO3. Like this, whenever you take a polybasic acid, I told you already what are the polybasic acids. Whenever these polybasic acids are undergoing partial neutralization, you will be getting this acidic salts. Why they are called acidic salts means they can donate proton, though they are salts. Next you see basic salts. Example is CaOHCl, MgOH, Br, AlOH twice, Cl, AlOH, SO4. Like this we can have the different salts which will be basic in nature. So here you see calcium hydroxide is a base of second A group element which can donate 2 hydroxy group. Aluminum hydroxide is a base of third A group elements that can donate the 3 OH group. So that's why among the 3 OH groups, one of the OH is replaced by chlorine. Still it can donate 2 OH groups. That's why it will be basic in nature. Here H3PO4 which can be donating the 3 protons, but here only 2 protons are replaced by the sodium. That's why still 1 proton can be donated. That's why this is acidic salt. Understood? So salts which are formed by incomplete neutralization are acidic salts and then basic salts. Acid undergo incomplete neutralization means we will be getting the acidic salts. Base undergo incomplete neutralization means we will be getting the basic salts. Next, come to the neutral salts. This is important thing, ma. Listen carefully. This neutral salts again classified into 4 types of salts. That is strong acid, strong base salts, strong acid, weak base salts, weak acid, strong base salts, and weak acid, weak base salts. So salts can be further classified into 4 types, that is neutral salts, that is strong acid, strong base salts, strong acid, weak base salts, weak acid, strong base salts, and weak acid, weak base salts. Clear? Right. Now we will go into the details of these strong acid, strong base salts, strong acid, weak base salts, weak acid, strong base salts, and weak acid, weak base salts. Take down this for half minute. Hope you have noted down this thing, and I am rubbing this. Let's come to the concept again. Neutral salts are classified into 4 types. Now let us see what are these 4 types of salts. See, strong acid, strong base, salt, strong acid, weak base, salts, weak acid, strong base, salts, and weak acid, weak base, salts. So simple, no? The names itself indicates salts formed by combination of strong acids and strong base are the strong acid, strong base salts. Example is NaCl, KCl, K2SO4, Na2SO4, Ca, Cl2, CaI2, NaBr, and NaNO3, CaNO3 twice. So if you observe all these salts, here you see a salt is formed by cation from the base and anion from the acid. Here sodium is coming from the sodium hydroxide, chlorine is coming from the HCl. So that's why this is a strong base and strong acid. Here also you see Na2SO4. Sodium is coming from the sodium hydroxide and sulfate is coming from the sulfuric acid, and hence that is a salt of what? This is a salt of strong acid and strong base. Since these salts when dissolved in water undergo dissociation, the pH of the resulting solution will be 7. Since these undergo dissociation when dissolved in water, the pH of the resulting solution is 7. Let's come to strong acid, weak base salts. Weak base NH4OH, strong acid NH4Cl, and then CH3NH3Cl, pyridinium chloride. Pyridinium, here pyridine is a weak base, methylamine is a weak base, ammonia also a weak base. AlCl3, aluminum hydroxide, that is a weak base, and then anilinium chloride. Anilinium chloride is NH3 whole plus Cl will come like this. If you see the anions, they are coming from the strong acid and the cations are coming from the weak base, and hence we can write this. At the same time you can write NH4 twice, SO4 also. Here you see strong acid and weak base salt. So since the weak base is there, it does not show its effect. Actually they undergo hydrolysis. Whenever these salts, these 3 salts dissolved in water, they undergo hydrolysis. What is that hydrolysis means? In ionic equilibrium, we will discuss in detail about that thing. Since it is a briefing session, I am just giving you what will be the pH of the resulting solution, and this is a small technique how to remember the pH of resulting solution. Strong acid and strong base salts, since they undergo dissociation, it will be 7. Here they undergo hydrolysis, so that's why here strong acid is there. So strong acid means pH will be less than 7. So at room temperature, at 25 degrees centigrade, whenever strong acid, weak base salt dissolved in water, the pH will be 7 and it will be acidic in nature. Next come to weak acid and then strong base. weak acid will be inorganic acids will be mostly weak acids. We have already discussed this inorganic acids. Again in organic acids. No, sorry. So organic acids, acidic and basic natures we will discuss in the further videos. Just see here. Weak acid. You have to remember these weak acids and then strong acids, which we have discussed already. So CH3COO and A, HCOO K, O and A. Like this, whatever the ions are there, that is coming from the weak acid. Na2CO3, Na2S, Na3PO4. Like this, whatever the components you take, one will be coming from the weak acid and one will be coming from the strong base. So like this we can have the different salts. When they dissolve in water, the pH will become, here these are present strong base. Actually they undergo hydrolysis. This undergo cationic hydrolysis and this undergo anionic hydrolysis. Strong acid weak base salts undergo cationic hydrolysis. Strong base weak acid salts undergo anionic hydrolysis. So because of anionic hydrolysis, since they are having strong base, pH will be greater than 7. So the solutions will be basic in nature. Here the solutions will be acidic in nature. Next, finally you see weak acid weak base salts. Weak acid weak base salts, here you see this you can take and this you can take. CH3COO NH4 or HCOO NH4 O NH3. This will be minus and this will be plus, or pyridinium formate HCOO minus. Like this we will be having the weak acid and then weak base salts. Whenever these dissolved in water, what will be the pH of the solution? Means among them, here also you can have pKa values. We call them as values. If more strong acid means more pKa value will be there. No, more pKa will come, less pKa will come. Stronger acid means less pKa will come. Weaker acid means more pKa will come. For bases, strong base means less pKb will come. Weak base means more pKb. If pKa greater than pKb, then the solution will be acidic solution. If pKb greater than pKa, then it will be basic solution. Like this, we can study about the different kind of salts and what will be the pH of the resulting solutions when they are dissolved in water. So that is about the neutral salts. What are the neutral salts means? Which are formed by the complete neutralization of acid and base, are nothing but the neutral salts. Acidic and basic salts are formed by the incomplete neutralization. Just take down this for half minute. Hope you have taken down this thing. Next, let us see mixed salts. Next mixed salts. We know that mixed salts are classified into two categories, that is double salts and then complex salts. Sir, what are these double salts and then complex salts? Let us see. K2SO4 Al2SO4 thrice plus water will give you K2SO4 Al2SO4 thrice 24 H2O. KCl plus MgCl2 plus, this is 24, this is 6H2O gives KCl MgCl2 6H2O will come. Next, FeSO4 plus 6 KCl gives K4FeCN 6 times plus K2SO4. CuSO4 plus 6 NH3 gives Cu NH3 6 times Cu NH3 4 times SO4 will come. So if you observe this, here you are having so many salts. This is one salt, this is one salt, and this is one salt, and this is one salt formed by combination of two or more salts. So whenever a salt is formed by combination of two or more salts, and which when dissolved in water, a salt formed by combination of two or more salts, and which when dissolved in water produces same ions as that are present in the parent salt, that is known as a double salt. A salt formed by combination of, a salt formed by combination of two or more salts, which when dissolved in water produces same ions as that are present in the parent salts, is known as a double salt. Let us see double salt example is potash alum, K2SO4 Al2SO4 thrice 24 H2O, KCl MgCl2 6 H2O. This is a potash alum and this is a carnallite will come. NH4 twice SO4 FeSO4. This is a Morse salt will come. Like this, there are some salts which are formed by combination of two or more salts, and when you dissolve this in water, this will be having potassium ions, sulfate ions, aluminium ions, and then sulfate ions. Here, when you dissolve this in water, this will give you potassium ions, sulfate ions, aluminium ions, and then sulfate ions will come. They are known as the double salts. What are the complex salts means? Salts formed by combination of two or more salts, and which when dissolved in water produces different ions than the parent ions, is called as a complex salt. Best example is potassium ferrocyanide, K4FeCN6 CuNH3 4 times SO4 K3FeCN 6 times. Like this, you can have so many complexes. Now we are having a separate chapter on this complex salts. In the complex salts chapter, you will discuss in detail about these things. What are the complex salts means? A salt formed by, here you see potassium ferrocyanide is formed by combination of iron sulfate and then 6 KCN. So iron sulfate and then 6 KCN are having iron ions, sulfate ions, potassium ions, and then cyanide ions. When you dissolve this in water, you should have all these ions, right? But you will not get those ions. You will get only potassium ions you will get and ferrocyanide. This total will come out in the form of a ion. That's why this is a different ion, this is a different ion. So this kind of salts are known as the complex salts. So that is about the mixed salts. So mixed salts means salts formed by combination of two or more salts, and they are divided into two categories, double salts and then complex salts. So that is the thing regarding the basics of salts. Clear? So what we discussed in the basics of salt means basically what is a salt definition. After the salt definition, we have classified them into two categories, that is simple salts and then mixed salts. Again, simple salts are classified into three categories: neutral salts or normal salts, acidic salts and then basic salts. Normal salts are again classified into four types, that is acidic, strong acid, strong base salts, strong acid, weak base salts, weak acid, strong base salts and then weak acid, weak base salts. And then acidic salts are formed by incomplete neutralization, basic salts are formed by the incomplete neutralization of bases. And what are the mixed salts, and what is a double salt, and what is a complex salt. Even in mains and NEET exams also, they will give you some compounds and they will ask you which of the following is a complex salt and which of the following is a double salt. Like that also they will be asking you. So be careful with these things. Clear? So that is about this basics of salt. So if you see this video and if you like this video, click the like button, and if you want to share this with your friends, means share the video, and you want more notifications from my channel, means subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so that you will be getting whatever the new video I am uploading. Thank you.